Hi, I'm Fionna Gossling from Roy LePage Real Estate Services Limited in Oakville, and I'm here to talk to you about the monthly stats that were just released by the Toronto Real Estate Board. So the Toronto Real Estate Board every month puts out all of the sales that have happened, and then I take that information that is specific to Oakville and break that down and analyze it to get a better picture about what's happening, because real estate is so local, more than just being Oakville specific. You need to look at various neighborhoods and what's happening where. We had a pretty good month in May. Wasn't terrible. We had 313 sales. That is up from April, where we had 288 sales. So buyers are out and doing things, and that's pretty consistent with what we usually see in spring markets. We're off from May 2017 when we had 350 sales. And if you remember back to May 2017, it was a pretty uncertain time in the real estate market. So we would have liked to have seen more sales than our 313 this month, but it is showing increase month over month. Another important indicator to look at is your months of inventory. So currently in Oakville, we have 3.5 months of inventory, and that's consistent with what we had last month, and it's a little bit up from what we had going back to March when we had 3.2 months of inventory. Basically, that indicator is saying if nothing new comes to the market and we continue to sell at the rate we're selling, how long will it take for us to have nothing left to sell? And right now we have 3.5 months of inventory. That's still a seller's market, but what's important for sellers to look at is where they're pricing. So there's lots of buyers out there, and I'm finding there's lots of buyers sitting on the sidelines looking at property and not necessarily jumping in. The properties that are selling are the properties that are priced properly. Our average sale price in Oakville in May 2018 was $1,001,000. That's down from the previous month a little bit. It's down quite a bit from May 2017. So it's down almost $200 or slightly over $200,000 from May 2017. Remember, that's an average, so it doesn't mean your house is worth $200,000 less than it was last year. Prices have adjusted, and if you're thinking of selling, it's important that you keep that in mind and you're looking at what is actually selling in today's market and for how much. And those properties that are priced properly are selling, they're selling quickly, and they're selling for a great price. If you wanted to have a look at more detailed analysis about any of this, please visit my website at fionnagosling.com, and in the top right there's a section called Market Update, and there's a drop down and you can look at May's stats and you can compare it to 2017 as well. There's also a section on there, which I think is quite valuable, or I hope it's valuable, that's why I put it up there, that is your breakdown by neighborhood. So it tells you how many units have sold in your neighborhood, what the average sale price were, the average days on market. And that's important information to look at because real estate is so local. What's happening in one neighborhood is not the same as what's happening in another. And if you had any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to answer your questions, and I hope this has been helpful. Talk to you soon.